So before I get into my video, I just want to give you guys a little history on my hair and the progress that I've made over the years since I've been natural. And this is a twist out versus a braid out. And this is my wash and go progress throughout all the years. So as you can see here, I'm basically waist length or almost waist length already. And this video was taken a month ago. Hi guys, I just wanted to come to you guys today to give you guys a few tips on how to grow your natural hair or just your hair in general, how to grow it fast and healthy. So I'm gonna let you guys know what I did to grow my hair long, make my hair grow fast. So I can give you, and then there's a history on my hair. So I got my last perm in 2012, and then I transitioned for about a year, and then I big chopped in the summertime, like July 2013. I big chopped the back of my hair first, and then a month later I just did the front because I wasn't sure of how comfortable I would have been with short hair. So, and then transition, throughout my whole transition, I just did braid outs and buns because that's what I was comfortable with, being as though I had the two textures, so a lot of hairstyles didn't really look nice with my transition hair. So I did braid outs for a whole year straight. So that was my go-to style when I transitioned. So a few tips I can give you guys to grow your hair really long and fast is my first tip is to try to stay away from heat as much as you can, because heat is the devil. I've had a few bad experiences with heat, and I feel like I would never use heat again, or well, I don't trust myself to use heat on my own hair. So if I were to straighten my hair, I would go to a hairstylist instead of me doing it myself, because I've had bad experiences with me straightening my own hair. So the first time I ever straightened my own hair, I gave myself heat damage because when I first big chopped and when I first went natural, when I was fully natural, I didn't really know much about natural hair, so I straightened my hair without no heat protectant, no nothing. And then when I went to wash my hair, let's say 2 weeks later, it wouldn't even get curly, no nothing. I had heat damage, so I basically had to start all over again from scratch. Even though I just went natural, I had to start all over from scratch. So one of my tips to try to make your hair, or for your hair to grow longer, is to stay away from heat as much as you can. So now that my hair is back to healthy and I grew out most of my heat damage, and what I would say for me, I would only straighten my hair maybe once or twice a year. So, but for the whole 2017, I'm not going to use any heat at all. And I might not use heat ever again, but if I do, I'm going to go to a hairstylist because I don't trust myself to straighten my own hair. And I don't want to get heat damage like I did the first time. So, and I took notes in my phone just so I can let you guys know all my tips and what I use to grow my hair long. So my first tip was to just try to stay away from heat as much as you can. And my second tip is to try protective styling / low manipulation styles. So for me, with my natural hair, I mostly do buns, braid outs, twist outs, flat twist outs. And when I do these styles, I keep my hair that way for about 2 weeks. So if I have a bun, my hair is going to be in that bun for about 2 weeks, and then I will go from there and I'll do my next protective style. But I keep my protective styles for about 2 weeks each. So, and while my hair is in my protective style, I don't rewash it, I don't do anything. I just keep it in the style and cover my hair with a satin scarf, satin bonnet. So I guess, yeah, low protective styling is a good way to retain length. I know some of you might feel like, oh, my hair is not growing. It might be that your hair is breaking off faster than you're retaining your length. So like say if you dyed your hair, you bleached your hair, the ends of whatever part of your hair, it could be breaking off, but your hair is still growing, but you're not seeing any growth because your hair is breaking off. So So I feel like protective styles are good for your natural hair because it keeps your hair protected and your hair isn't like rubbing against your clothes. So I feel like styles like buns, braids, flat twists, sleek buns. It keeps your hair protected because it's not rubbing against your shirt and it's high and your ends are protected. So a good way to retain length is to protect your ends. But I'm not saying that the only way for your hair to grow is for you to only wear protective styles, because I don't wear protective styles all the time. But being as that with my work schedule, I do protective styles throughout the week because I don't have time to retwist, rebraid, and do all of that. So my hairstyles depending on how my work week is. So if I know I'm gonna have a busy week, I'll have this bun right here. Or I'll do the 2 braids, because the braids, I keep my braids in for like about 2 weeks. And also another reason why I would recommend protective styles, because if you're constantly touching, you're constantly tugging, you're constantly doing something with your hair every single day, it's most likely that you're going to cause breakage and you're going to see as much length as you want to, because you're always doing something with your hair. So another tip is to just leave your hair alone. Not leave it alone, like not do it, but don't do it as often. My third tip is to eat healthy. So if your body isn't good on the inside, then it won't be good on the outside. So I'll say drink lots of water, eat a lot of fruit, and try to eat as healthy as you can. But I know some people, they can eat whatever they want, but their hair will still grow. So if you're not one of those people, try to eat as healthy as you can and drink a lot of water, because then you'll see the progress within your hair if you're eating healthier. And another tip that I can give you guys is to, if you have like really dry natural hair, keep your hair moisturized at all times, because if your hair isn't moisturized and it's dry, then it's gonna break. So always try to keep your hair moisturized. If you have that kind of texture where your hair always seems dry, just find that moisturizer for you that's going to keep your hair moisturized. The way for you guys to see length and to see your hair grow really fast is to not pay attention to the length that much, because if you're over obsessing about your length, you're going to feel like your hair isn't growing. So I feel like a tip is to just let your hair do what it's doing and just let it grow. Don't obsess over too much about length, because then you're always going to be worried. Another way for you to keep track of your growth is to take pictures. For me, ever since I started my journey, I took pictures. I have pictures from my hair when my hair was this short, and then from my hair being all the way down here. So if I didn't take pictures, I wouldn't even realize how long my hair really was. So I compared like a picture from 2013 to today, and I realized like yo, my hair really grew a lot. And if I didn't take those pictures, I wouldn't see how much big of a difference it was that my hair grew. So that's also a good tip. So try to keep pictures or post pictures on Instagram, maybe to keep track of your growth, just so you can know that your hair is growing. And lastly, I feel like a lot of your growth can come from having a good hair regimen. So I feel like when you're trying to create a hair regimen for your hair, don't try to do too much. Just keep it simple. So I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to create a good hair regimen for your hair that will give you growth. First tip for building a good hair regimen is to know your hair type. So knowing your hair type should be the first tip to building your hair regimen, because if you don't know your hair type, you won't know what kind of products go well with your hair, what kind of products don't go with your hair, or what products do go with your hair. So I feel like some people don't pay attention to hair types because they think it doesn't matter, but you knowing your hair type, different hair types require different care. Some people with type 4 hair, for instance, some people with type 4 hair might need to moisturize their hair more, or might need to use a heavier product just to keep their hair from being dry. And like say this might be a bad idea for someone with type 1 hair, where type 1 hair, it can produce more oil just on its own. So if you were to do things that the 4 hair needs, then that would be bad for your hair, because you wouldn't really need it, because your hair is already producing its own oil on its own. other than someone with type 4 hair where their hair isn't producing as much oil. So it's good to know that your hair type so you're not doing the wrong thing to your hair, because then that could even damage your hair even more because you're doing something that your hair doesn't need. My hair may not work for your hair. What can work for type 4 hair might not work for type 1 hair, and so on and so forth. Another tip to building a good regimen is to know what type of condition your hair is in now. So if your hair is damaged, you know that there's things that you should be doing to try to get it back to a healthier state. So if you have heat damage, you would be trimming your hair more often than someone who has healthy hair. So if you have the heat damage, you would be trying to get rid of the straight end so you can have your nice natural curl pattern again. But for someone who already has healthy hair, they wouldn't be trimming their hair as often as you're trimming your hair because you have heat damage that your hair is in now. It will let you know what type of things you should be focusing on with your hair and what you should be doing with your hair. If you're experiencing excessive breakage, you would need to pinpoint exactly what you're doing to cause the breakage and maybe what you can do to stop the breakage. What's causing the breakage, you can stop doing whatever you're doing to cause the breakage and then try to nurse your hair back to health and no longer do what you were doing that was causing the breakage. So you can. Third thing for building a healthy hair regimen, figure out a cleansing and conditioning schedule. Because if you don't have a clean scalp, your hair is dirty and you don't wash your hair enough, then your hair is not going to grow because your follicles will be clogged up with dirt. So you want to make sure you clean your hair. Scalp is the foundation for healthy hair. So keeping is essential to growing long hair. Washing your hair every day is going to make your hair grow is not true, because some of the products that are in shampoo can be very harsh and that can also dry your hair out and even cause breakage. So you don't want to wash your hair too much and you don't want to wash your hair too little. So if you're a person that likes to use shampoo all the time, you always want to follow up with a moisturizing conditioner that can put the moisture back in your hair that the shampoo took out. So for me, I don't shampoo every wash day, so I can say I shampoo twice a month. So in the weeks that I'm not shampooing, I just co-wash. So you can do whatever works for you, but that's what works for me because I don't want to dry my curls out. So I shampoo my hair every other week, so twice a month. The fourth step to building a healthy regimen is deep conditioning. So as far as deep conditioning go, I condition my hair every wash day. So if I wash my hair every week, I'm going to deep condition every week. And if I wash my hair every other week, I'm going to deep condition my hair every other week. So I make sure every wash day I deep condition my hair. Not a day, not a week goes by, or not every other week goes by when I don't deep condition my hair. Because I feel like when it comes to your hair regimen, deep conditioning is a very important part to growing long hair. For deep conditioning, as far as deep conditioning goes, what you deep condition your hair with is also very important, because some deep conditioners only focus on certain things. So one deep conditioner can focus on making your hair more manageable. Another one can be giving your team trying to repair damage, and another deep conditioner can focus on trying to moisturize your hair. So conditioners not to use the same deep conditioners over and over again, because each deep conditioner serves a different purpose. Thing is trying to fitting in protein treatments in your regimen. So as far as me goes, when I do protein treatments for my hair, I use Afro-G. I use Afro-G 2-minute reconstructor for my protein treatments. So how I feel my hair is I can do them twice or once a month. So if I feel like I'm having breakage with my hair, I'm gonna do a protein treatment every other week. So every 2 weeks. And if I feel like my hair is doing just fine, I'm just going to do my protein treatment once a month. I feel like protein is a very important thing when it comes to your hair, because if you notice that you need protein to grow, you need protein to grow your nails, so it's nuts. So that'll be another thing, you need protein to grow your hair. A little history on protein. So as you guys know, the main element of human hair is keratin, a protein. So like any protein, heat and chemicals can denature or break down the keratin bonds in your hair over time. This is why constant use of heat and harsh Hair dyes damages your hair. Normal wear and tear breaks down the keratin bonds in your hair over time as well. So that's why it's good to do protein treatments, because just your regular, if you use heat a lot in your hair, that breaks down the protein in your hair. If you do over styling, that can take the protein out of your hair. So doing protein treatments every now and then is good for your hair, because then the protein treatment puts back in your hair what left your hair. Protein treatment is a good way to strengthen your hair. It's like, say if you have a lot of breakage, doing a protein treatment can fix the breakage, calm down the breakage. So that's a tip to building a healthy hair regimen, to make sure you can schedule a protein treatment in there every now and then. So as far as protein treatments go, you don't want to do them too much, because too much protein can be bad. So if you straighten your hair a lot, you should be doing protein treatments a lot. If you don't, then you can do them less. You can do protein treatments less. So you could do them from 6 to 8 weeks to every other week. So I don't want to say if you're doing a lot of damage, you need to do a lot of protein treatments, because then you need to not do that. So you get it. As much as you straighten, that's as much as you should do protein treatments. If you're not doing as much damage to your hair, or just hair is healthy, you can just do it. You can do it every 6 to 8 weeks, every other week, just to keep your hair strong and to prevent any breakage or to stop breakage. A styling schedule. So as far as I feel like with my hair, and I feel like doing my hair not as often made my hair grow more, because I'm doing less. So if you're constantly braiding, you're constantly doing twist outs, you're changing hair like every other day, you're gonna cause a lot of breakage. So for me, I feel like doing low manipulation styles and doing protective styles is one of the number one things that made my hair grow. Not doing as much with my hair, because if you're doing too much, you're gonna cause breakage, you're gonna cause tangles, you're gonna cause knots, you may give yourself split ends. So I feel like doing less can do more for you as far as your hair goes. And lastly, I feel like sticking to your hair regimen, the biggest things that you need to stick to in order to make your hair grow. So once you find a regimen that works for you, I feel like you should stick to it, because then if you're not consistent, then your hair isn't going to grow the way you want it to, and then you're going to wonder like, oh, how come my hair isn't growing? Because you're not sticking to your regimen. So when you do find a regimen that works for you, you should stick to it. So if you're doing, let's say you're deep conditioning your hair every week, and you've been doing it, then you just stop doing it, and then you start seeing your hair isn't thriving as much because you're not sticking to your regimen. So I feel like if you're consistent and you stick with your regimen, then you'll see a lot of progress with your hair. And so as far as sticking to a regimen, I feel like as far as me with my regimen, I feel like I didn't quite figure out what my hair regimen, what a good hair regimen for my hair was until now, because when I first went natural, I didn't really know what to do with my hair. I was dyeing my hair, I was straightening my hair, I was doing all these things that wasn't good for my hair, and then I realized after the fact, after I seen the damage that I caused. So as far as me, I feel like it took me this long to figure out what I should be doing to my hair and what I shouldn't be doing to my hair. So I feel like as far as going natural and trying to figure out what your hair needs, or trying to figure out what works best for you, is all trial and error. So you might try this product and you might not like it, or your hair might not like it. You might try this, you might try 10 products, and then you finally get to the 10th one, and then you feel like, oh, this is what works for me, and this is what I'm going to stick to. So I feel like you have to try around, you have to try different products just to see what works for you. Because if you, let's say, if you use what person A uses, and then you try it and then it doesn't work for you, then you'll be like, oh, this doesn't even work for me, because what works for her might not work for you. So what you need to do is try out different things just to see what works for you, and then you'll be good from there. And as far as me and hair products go, I don't stick to one product forever. I'm always trying different products just to see what works for me, because you know, just like everything you use, your hair will get used to a product, and then I'm not gonna say it's not gonna work anymore, but your hair still needs to try new things, not to stick to one thing for too long. So as far as I go, I won't say I'm a product, well, maybe I am a product junkie, but I like to try different things just to see what works. I like to try different things just to see if something will work better than the last product, or, you know, just so I can see, like, say if I'm doing a twist out, if I try something different, if it comes out more defined, if I'm doing a wash and go, if it comes out more defined, less defined. So it's also good to try around and see what other products work good for your hair. So you'll have staples, you'll have backups, you'll have favorites, and that's about it when it comes to, I feel like, how to grow your hair. All my tips, when I feel like that's what grew my hair long, and that's what got me to where I am within 3 years. So with my hair, my hair is past bra strap length, and I feel like I'm gonna be close to waist length very soon, and I got there in 3 years. So I hope this tips helped you guys, and I hope you guys like and subscribe. And if you want to see more videos like this from me, just give me a thumbs up.